Hi, welcome to our presentation. Today, we are going to be discussing Luis Rodriguez's novel, Always Running. This is an autobiography written about Luis' life being raised in a Hispanic neighborhood in East LA, facing the economic and social forces of discrimination. Today, we are going to be focusing on three main points: culture, deviance, and social stratification and differentiation. Join us while we take a look at Luis' life and how unjust treatment from his peers, educators, and the authorities shaped him into who he is today.
Hey, what's up, homie? How are you? So, bro, I was thinking I want to join the animal kingdom.
Yeah, for sure. That's my boss. She wants to join our kingdom.
Hey, who's this fool right here?
She's not a narc. She's from the neighborhood.
She's from the neighborhood, eh? So, does she know the rule? Do you know the rule?
Yeah.
Do you know what does it take to join the animal kingdom?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
You sure she is not a narc?
She's not a narc.
Alright! Hey everybody, I'm an undercover sociologist. For the past year, I have been undercover in a gang that's called Animal Kingdom. I found something that's really interesting. Within the gang, they have their own culture. And let me show you what's the culture. All the gang members within the gang, they're all wearing white t-shirt. And some of them wearing green jackets, and all of them wearing black pants. So in order to be part of this gang, you have to be identified with the culture. So like, you have to wear all these. And there's other things you have to do in order to join the culture. For example, this one right here. She's a new gang member. In order for her to join, she had to get beat up. So that's part of just the culture. In order to join, you have to get beat up. Hey, what's going on, homie?
What's up, man? How's it going?
How's it going, man?
Good.
How's it been? Good?
Good, just hanging out.
Yeah, man. I just been getting out of the jail, you know?
Yeah.
Just did 5 years, man.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's a long time.
Yeah, it's a long time. It's not a good time.
Yeah, what'd you do?
Yeah.
This time.
Yeah, this time, you know, stab someone.
Okay, damn.
Yeah. So, how have you been? What
Good.
have you been up to?
Good, man. Just,
You still been doing crimes?
yeah. Just,
Crimes, huh?
Just, some light stuff, you know?
Light stuff? What kind of light stuff?
Still like some in there, maybe like a wallet.
That's it, homie?
Yeah.
5
I don't
years?
really need that much, you know?
5 years ago, you've been doing that.
Yeah.
Bro,
I mean,
bro, you can live a good life like me, man. Okay. You've been watching me a lot lately, man.
yeah.
You've been watching a lot like your other people in the animal gang, right? You've been watching them.
Not in the past 5 years, but yeah.
Really? Alright. So listen. I have a thing going on, alright?
Okay.
Tonight, you see this convenience store right here? I'm gonna go rob it. Alright, we're gonna get some good money, alright?
Yeah, I'm down.
I'm thinking about 5K.
Yeah, alright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But tonight, I want you to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want you to be the man.
Yeah.
Alright?
Alright. I think I got it.
Alright. You know how to use that?
Yeah.
Alright. Don't shoot yourself, alright?
Okay.
When we get in there, point the gun in their head, and I'll go for the safe.
Okay.
Alright?
Alright.
You ready?
Yeah. Good.
2, 1. Give me the money!
Put your hands up!
Put your hands up!
It's in the safe.
What's the code?
3, 2,
What's the code?
1, 2, 3.
Okay. Hey everybody, I'm your cover sociologist here. So for the past year, I have been tracking and following a Animal Kingdom gang member, and his name is Luis. So yeah, Luis right here. So it can be seen in the clip that Luis was doing some small time crime. just like super small, like stealing bicycles, stealing wallets. But as soon as he met me, he started doing big crimes because I'm the one showing him how to do the big crime. I'm the one handing him the gun. I'm the one. I'm the one showing him how to hold the gun, how to point at people's head. I'm the one leading him. So he's learning by watching. He's learning by watching me how to do it. So this is part of the socialization. The definition of socialization is how the culture is being passed down. So in this scenario, is how the gang culture is being passed down, how the criminal culture is being passed down.
Hi, I'm Grace. I'm a sociologist who's currently studying symbolic interaction. One sociological theory within this field is Emile Durkheim's labeling theory, which argues that deviance and conformity result not so much from what people do as from how others respond to those actions. Labeling theory suggests that deviance is actually relative, and that the individuals who we call deviant are only labeled as such. Durkheim argues that deviance is constructed by each society, and that once an individual is labeled, the way others see and treat them may change drastically. An African American man is walking around late at night with his hoodie up. He may be much more likely to be detained by the police because of the stereotype that a policeman already holds about him. This label of a possible troublemaker that the policeman gives the man results in his detainment for no reason other than him being African American. Not only do labels affect the way that others see the labeled, but the deviant labels we give to others can influence their behavior greatly. Labeling an individual can take a destructive turn on their behavior because of the judgment or rejection that they feel from others. Durkheim argues that once an individual is labeled as deviant, he or she is much more likely to behave deviantly, fitting the mold that society has placed them in. Let's take a look at an example of the labeling theory in Louise's life.
Luis and his friends were minding their own business one day down at Huntington Beach. They joked and they swam, soaking in the sun. Nothing seemed to be out of the ordinary. It was just another regular day for Luis. Suddenly, however, angry voices pierced the air. Derogatory remarks and racist jabs began to rain down upon Luis and his friends from a few figures further away. Luis and his friends retaliated by yelling the name of their tribe and chanting, "Que viva South San Gabriel!" Luis and his friends approached the hostile figures. These hostile figures surprised Luis by suddenly revealing their badges. It turns out that they had been police this whole time. The police forced Luis and his friends to squat on the ground for a number of minutes. During this time, the police continued to degrade and insult Luis and began throwing sand in the faces of him and his friends. When Luis and his friends protested at this treatment, the police simply yelled at them to stay still again. The police searched for anything they could possibly arrest Luis and his friends for and were happy to find beer in Luis's friends' possession. "Now we have some felonies," one policeman remarked happily, and took them all off to jail.
boy. I got an idea. How about we arrest every seven-year-old in the neighborhood?
Arrest them for what?
Everything. I don't care. They break the curfew, they fight on the street, they do drugs. You'll take them in, take down their names, and track them down for the rest of their life.
That's how you get them.
I guess you have half of the brain. You're not stupid after all.
Once the boys end up doing something serious, they've got a record a mile high and end up doing some hard time. Camper duty.
That's how we get you. That's how we get you.
This prison guard is exhibiting projective labeling, which is using someone's deviant identity or perceived deviant identity to predict future action. The prison guard assumes that these 7-year-olds will be deviant in the future, so he attempts to get them in trouble for other smaller deviant infractions. The interesting thing about projective labeling is that the more that people think these things about someone, the more these labels affect the individual's self-concept, actually increasing the chance that they will come true. In other words, the fact that this prison guard assumes that these 7-year-olds will eventually be deviant ensures that they will. Those who have a stable family system, valuable relationships, a good reputation, good education, job, and set their goals high will be less inclined to engage in deviant behaviors. Travis Hirschi's social control theory proposes that individuals who have little to lose are much more likely to seek refuge in deviance. Additionally, they likely will feel less of a need to engage in deviant behaviors such as stealing if they have more material possessions.
Up to this juncture, it's like being in a storm. Of dreams achieved and dreams shattered. Of the silence within the walls of my body. Of being turned on, beaten, belittled, and pushed aside. What does it matter?
As you can plainly see, Luis is unattached to his family. His educators have thrown him aside. He believes himself to be worthless and untalented. He is withdrawn from his environment and really feels no obligation or respect towards any authority. According to Hirschi, all of these factors make Luis extremely susceptible to becoming deviant.
Hello there, I'm a sociologist and my name is Bree. Today we'll be discussing social stratification. Social stratification refers to a society's categorization of its people into rankings of socioeconomic tiers based on factors such as wealth, income, power, education, and race. Rodriguez's social construction of reality was predetermined by society's expectations on him due to his race, socioeconomic background, upbringing, and his education. Luis's interaction with schoolmates, teachers, gang members, and law enforcement have shaped the way he has viewed himself and placed him in an immovable place. Rodriguez was given an ascribed status. He was raised with uncertainty and instability in the United States, and his background was determined to experience a low socioeconomic status. He was discriminated against due to his ethnicity and his ability to speak Spanish as his first language. In our example, you can see the school separated two groups by levels of education. The professional class kids were provided with college preparatory classes, while the blue-collar students were given industrial classes. Rodriguez's ethnicity and the prejudices that came with being Hispanic determined the classes he took, and did not factor in if he was smart enough to be placed into a better class. Being Mexican caused isolation, racism, discrimination, low social mobility, and low socioeconomic standing, ultimately leading to social stratification.
In this presentation, we took you into the world of always running. First, we explored Luis's Mexican culture, as well as the subculture of gangs such as the animal tribe that he was affiliated with. We looked at labeling theory, which is the idea that deviance and conformity are a result of how people respond to others' actions. Then, we explored projective labeling and how predicting people's futures based on their deviance leads to more deviance. Next, we looked at Travis Hicici's social control theory, which explains that the reason for Luis's deviance was the fact that he had little to lose and found security through deviance. Finally, we examined social stratification and differentiation, which explained how challenges he faced were a result of society's expectations on him due to his race, socioeconomic background, upbringing, and his education. Through our examination of always running, we learned that Luis and so many other people that have suffered and are currently suffering are a result of society's prejudices towards race, socioeconomic background, upbringing, and education. It is crucial that we continue to become aware, as well as help others become aware of how our biases affect the lives of others. Thank you.